McGregor came out and he started talking literally from the first fight. If you look at the videos of him and Dana White, he's been talking a big talk from the start. Yeah. Even when he was outside the UFC.
Yeah.
And when he came into it, he's only just gone win after win after win.
Yeah.
On the way up, and he's backed it up.
Welcome back to the MVP podcast. Today we are back with the first episode of Fight Club 2020. I'm here with my main man, Pepe's Peri Peri Chicken.
You know what it is. You know
how we doing?
Chicken.
Chicken licking. All about that grilled chicken.
Exactly.
Trust me, Pepe. How you doing anyway? You good?
I'm good, alhamdulillah, man.
Good man. So we are here talking UFC to start the year off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've done some basketball this year. We've done some football this year. Fight Club's missed out. When I'm not here, Fight Club's not here. It looks that way anyway.
Me, man.
Nah, we got you. I'm joking. But yeah, Pepe, I mean, where do I start, man? The biggest event of January is coming.
He's more or less come out of nowhere.
Okay.
He's taken the shine.
That's what he does.
He's kicking off the year in a good style.
That's what he does.
Against a good fighter as well.
100%.
Donald Cerrone is not a guy who you can mess about with.
No, 100%.
Yeah.
I give him a lot of respect. Danny, who normally is with me on Fight Club, he doesn't rate Cerrone. He thinks it's going to be a quick night. He thinks it's all McGregor, easy.
He's a rated fighter in both weights, whether it's lightweight and welterweight. He's a very good fighter. He's a big lad.
Yeah.
So McGregor's not going to push him around. Mm-hmm. And he's also good on the ground.
Yeah, definitely.
But the one thing that McGregor's got going for him in this fight is I don't see Cerrone taking it down. No. This is going to be a standing up fight, more or less.
Fight, yeah.
And McGregor's got a good level of boxing.
He has.
But the other guy's got kickboxing. So he can use all of his limbs.
Well, that's it. If you haven't already gathered, this episode is about the UFC and Conor McGregor's rise to the top, and then he's fallen a little bit, but he wants to get back to the top. So that's what this episode's about. So you think the fight is going to be standing up? I pretty much agree. I don't think McGregor doesn't really have the tools, in my opinion, to be able to take that fight down and finish it. Unless, I think from
we have seen him take down some guys, though.
We have seen him take down some guys, and we have seen him when he gets taken down, what happens. So he'd rather stay away from taking it.
Yes.
So it's gonna be a standing fight. Mm-hmm. Now, do you see it going the distance?
Ooh, I could stay safe and say yes, but I feel like there's a stoppage in this. There's a stoppage in this. If it's early, it might be McGregor's.
See, I think it is going to be early. I think it's going to be in the early second round.
But Cerrone is a punisher. He's got knees. He's going to be. He can hurt him really badly. It depends on what McGregor turns up as well, because we're forgetting this man has been paid good money in that boxing fight with Mayweather.
Yeah.
So he came back and fought in Khabib, which is probably the worst fight I could have taken, because Khabib is a dragon. That guy is focused, he's grounded, and one of the worst fights he can take is this.
Yeah.
He's fighting now another man who's more or less money motivated.
Yeah, of course.
Because Cerrone is an active fighter.
He fights every other month.
Yeah. So he's more or less said before, I'm in it for the money more.
He is, yeah, because he's been there for how long? He's had 30 plus fights.
What 40, he does is he'll fight at welterweight, get ranked, and then when he hits a stumbling block, he'll go back down to lightweight and then get ranked.
And then go back up again. That's what he does, I remember that time when he fought, I think he fought like 2-3 fights in a 3-month period, 2-month period. He's like that. He's like an amateur boxer. Yeah. He's just at it every other week. But I don't want to talk too much about the fight. I want to talk about McGregor here and what he's done for the UFC, for the sport. Because before he was there, people weren't earning silly money. People weren't, doing what they were doing now. He's opened the doors for a lot of people.
So for him, I think what people tend to forget is Chael Sonnen was the first trash talker, more or less. But he's not as popular as McGregor turned out to be.
Yeah.
If you look back, we had humble champions.
Yes.
And at that time, UFC were trying to gather more. UFC and MMA in general wanted more outspoken people to try and branch out and see more people interested. And McGregor came out and he started talking literally from the first fight. If you look at the videos of him and Dana White, he's been talking a big talk from the start. Yeah. Even when he was outside the UFC.
Yeah.
And when he came into it, he's only just gone win after win after win.
Yeah.
On the way up, and he's backed it up. In all honesty, he fought Aldo. Aldo's fight more or less cemented him. I believe
one of the greatest.
Nobody has seen. I didn't expect it, and my eyes were red by that night. Aldo was the greatest. For him to be not, but it's the game he talks.
Yeah.
Aldo pretended he didn't care.
Yeah.
For him to rush out uncharacteristically.
Yeah.
And run straight into a left hook.
He got into his head.
Got straight into the floor.
Got into his head.
Never got a rematch.
Yeah.
Never been the same again.
Never been the same again.
And then we're going onwards and upwards. So he's more or less changed the game, I believe, in terms of how you market yourself.
Yeah.
He was a smartly dressed man after his fights.
Yeah.
He spoke very well. And he's led the way.
He's humble in defeat as well. You know, you've got to give him props to that. He's not like, you know, Covington. Covington's a bit brash. Covington's trying to emulate what he is. Covington's a cheap Conor McGregor. You know, he's trying to be anyway. He's not doing a good enough job
But he's
yet.
talented.
Who, Covington?
There's a difference between McGregor and Covington and McGregor. Covington is talented.
Yeah, of course he is.
He'd have been champion by now if it wasn't for Usman.
Yeah.
That's a very good fight.
There's always someone that stands in the way of every era, every football team, every basketball team, every fighter. There's always one. It's like DC and John Jones.
There you go.
If John Jones was in there, DC would have wiped out that division.
There you go.
It's exactly the same.
So with McGregor, he's also a smart talker.
Of course he is.
Covington, I don't think he's as smart.
No, he
has
takes
to come
things a bit
across
too
very
far.
well. Yes.
Yeah.
So with McGregor, he talks very good.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people relate to him, especially in European, the European scene. We didn't have anyone really. We had some, but we didn't have
no one on that level.
Yeah,
no one on that level.
And he promotes himself very well, and Americans liked him.
Yeah.
So it's someone that a lot of people kind of shun to. Now we have Adesanya. Other guys who have taken his lead more, not his lead, but have got their own, letting their persona shine through. Mm-hmm. And we've gone within the 10 years, thanks to McGregor. We've gone from the humble champions that didn't say much to a lot of champions that talk a lot.
It's good though.
In the case of Triple C, talk too much. Triple C Henry Cejudo, challenging women, men, kids.
Because he looks like he's a little kid himself. He's about 2'2".
Yeah, he's tried to audition for a fight. He talks so much thanks to McGregor because he's open. He talks so much. He tried to set up a fight with the Amanda Nunes.
Amanda Nunes,
he wants to see if he can be the full champion. Yeah,
it's stupid, honestly. You know what it is? I think, not to take too much away, but the problem with his division is Mighty Mouse left. There's not many in that division. It's not a stacked division. Mm-hmm. You know, is it the flyweight? Flyweight. Yeah, there's not many people in that division.
So yeah, McGregor's kind of shown these guys how to do it. Mm-hmm. They've got to take a leaf out of his book. Mm-hmm. And McGregor now obviously had a very tough loss. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
that loss against Khabib was Khabib grinded his soul down.
Well, he's not fought for, what is it, 19, 20 months he's been out the ring.
So and he came into it thinking he can storm him. But with this fight, I believe he can come back, especially with that title that made last year.
Yeah.
The
BMF one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I knew straight away when they made that title,
they made it for him.
McGregor's going to come out of nowhere and be like, I want that title.
So you think he's going to like Gambred next?
One sentence says it all. Dana White got asked that question. What did he say? Masvidal's too much man for him.
Yeah.
Who would take that? Would you take that? You're not even a fighter. Would someone be able to say that to you and you want to take that guy, wouldn't you? That's how it is.
He's got to sell that fight. Mm-hmm. I think that fight will probably happen if the Usman fight doesn't happen for Gambred. I think it depends if that fight happens and then he loses. Maybe then he doesn't have that championship. Who knows? That championship, I'm not sure what that is exactly. Like, is it an official belt? Is it not? Because,
I don't. You know what it is? It's more of a statement. It's more or less it's the outspoken title, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because what it stands for, I don't want to. It can only go to one person.
Yeah.
And it's always going to be the same characteristics. It's going to be the heaviest, biggest, baddest man.
Yeah.
It could be Ngannou. It could be DC. It could be Stipe. One of those is going to be the baddest man.
Oh, of course.
So for them, this whole title thing, I didn't agree with it at first.
Yeah.
But when I watched the fight and I seen what Masvidal did to Nate, McGregor versus Masvidal fight could be a very good fight this year.
I'd love to watch that fight.
Oh, yes.
They're both standing fighters. They both can fight. They both can box.
They both can talk. They're both carrying themselves very well.
They do.
Yes, they do. They know outside the...
Gambred is very, very respectful. He's very respectful. But like McGregor, what he's been able to achieve in such a short span of time, I mean, he put himself on. He talked his way up to the ranks. Look what he did to Eddie Alvarez. He got into his head as well.
Eddie Alvarez is not recovered as well.
He's not. He's now fighting in Bellator, isn't he?
No, he's at ONE FC.
ONE FC, yes,
and he made his debut.
And he lost.
He got wiped out. By a guy called Nasty Yuchenko.
Yeah.
It was a nasty KO, so come on.
Nasty.
You couldn't write it better, could you?
He's finished.
But he won the last fight after that.
Yeah.
I think he's won a fight after that. So he's on his way now. But overall, he's more or less cleaned out some fighters that were on the way out anyway.
So, with McGregor, let's say he wins this fight.
Okay.
Let's say he beats Cerrone.
Okay.
Where does he go? And before you jump to the Khabib fight, because that's where most people will go for the rematch. That's what some people will do anyway.
No.
Where do you think his logical next step? Because I said this to Danny before the end of the year, when we did the last pod. I said to him, I think with McGregor, he's only in it now for the money and the legacy. Quickly, he just wants to get in and cash out. Get the belts back the belt back, and that's it.
Yeah, kind of same as the guy he's fighting now.
Cerrone.
Yeah, it's more
Cerrone's
legs,
not. He's not really challenging as much. He's taken a few losses. This is his big shot. If he doesn't do it today, well, not today. If he doesn't do it next week, then it doesn't happen.
So for me, McGregor, I wouldn't want him to fight anyone for the title. Either it's Usman, because they're fighting at 170.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't want to see that fight, and I don't want to see him lose to Khabib again. Because don't forget, he's got stock value. Yeah. He's lost him before.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, the lightweight division now has got two people that we need to see fight and settle the differences. So McGregor, for me, if he wins Cerrone, if he beats against him, then I want to see Masvidal.
You want to see Masvidal?
Masvidal
first. What about a trilogy with Diaz? Is that a fight that's got value?
No.
You don't think it's got value?
After what happened to Diaz in the last fight with Masvidal, for me, it was plain as day. You could see he didn't care. Someone, when you're a fighter, you have to look the part. You have to go into a fight and look like you can compete with the person you're fighting with. Diaz was blown over.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. He's been blown by Masvidal. He literally walked through him, and then he tried to claim that.
But Masvidal is a bad man.
He's a bad man, definitely. He showed this. Yes, he is.
You know what? I agree. I think for me, I want to see Masvidal first.
Yes.
If you prove yourself against someone like that, then you deserve the Khabib fight.
100%.
Because I think this is I don't know anything, but I think he's got 3 fights left in him. Then I think he's done after the Cerrone fight. He's got 3 fights max. Okay. I think I could see a path where he takes Masvidal, Khabib, and then a super fight. I don't know who, but either the super fight is Khabib or maybe Kamaru. I think he takes those fights.
Khabib might not be in this too long as well.
That's the thing, but I think that Khabib fight probably happens at the end of the year.
I think maybe we should look at Ferguson as well.
We'll definitely
Ferguson versus McGregor is a very good fight.
Is that if Ferguson wins though? Because I don't think he takes that. If Ferguson doesn't beat Khabib in April, he doesn't take that.
Don't forget this fight has been made 4 times or 5 times.
5 times, yeah.
And it's
this time's happening.
We don't know yet. Until that night I wake up and I see that fight on, both of them in the cage, then I'll be like, it's on.
I hope every fan out there hopes that this fight happens.
Definitely.
But let's just say that happens. If he beats Khabib, then absolutely, why not take that fight? You've got to take that fight.
Of course.
But if he doesn't, then it's Khabib, innit? It's Khabib.
Yes.
You don't consider Ferguson because Ferguson doesn't have the value.
Of course.
You've got to bring something to the table.
Of course.
You've got to bring something to the table.
He brings a lot into the table. So yeah, very good. 2
or 3 fights maximum. That's what I think he's got left.
If that. Because I don't think maybe 1 or 2 be enough for him.
Do you think 2020 is his last year?
Why not?
Do you think we don't see McGregor in 2021?
The problem is, what if he comes back? There's a different, we're from the outside.
Yeah,
we're looking at it from, he's had Mayweather fight.
Yeah.
You're not going to be the same fighter more or less than the first time you were hungry.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I agree.
So now everyone else is still that mentality of trying to make it, trying to become champions, and he's already been that at 2 weights. He's the one that he's got a target on his back. Everyone's going to come for him more or less, if that makes sense. So Masvidal, Masvidal now fights him.
Yeah,
he's going to say, "This is my pathway to a guaranteed title shot."
Oh yeah, of course. So I can see. Yeah, that's what I say.
Everyone
see Masvidal.
Gains more from him.
Yeah, I can see Masvidal first. Do you know what? Conor McGregor, Masvidal, Khabib, Usman, all of these guys, exciting.
Beautiful. It's a beautiful time.
Would you say, one last question before I let you go, would you say this is the most talent we've had in the UFC for a long time? Or would you say you've had a better year?
Well, let's not forget the middleweight division was death row once.
When Rashad Evans and Lyoto Machida, Shogun Rua.
And even after that with Rockhold, Weidman, Anderson Silva was around then at the time, even though he was on a downscale.
Yeah, I think.
Gastelum came into that scene as well. We had quite a few fighters in there. It's been different times, different divisions,
of
more
course,
or less.
Yeah.
So this time right now, we're looking at probably Usman and Khabib. What do you think of that?
Them two fighting. Ooh. Them two fighting.
Ooh. Yeah.
Can't put me on the
There you
spot
go.
like that.
There you go.
That's what I do to you. You can't do that to me. Oh,
We're mentioning super fights, but yeah.
You know what? That would be one of the best fights.
Yeah.
I said that would be one of the best fights ever.
So those two divisions right now, lightweight has always been up there as one of the most exciting ones.
Yeah.
Welterweight has now been picked up as well, and we're looking at probably them two being the leading contenders now, more or less.
You know what, Suleiman? It's been
a pleasure. Yes.
It's getting cagey in here. It's getting cagey in here. But no, I just want to say,
I like that.
No, thank you for coming down and talking. Conor, your favorite fighter.
One of my favorites.
I'm only kidding. But listen, just before we go, I just want to say a big shout out to Kamaru Usman, who checked out our IG story. I think it was about a couple of weeks ago. We've not had a show, so I've not had a chance to say. So shout out to Kamaru for checking us out, and many, many other fighters. As and when they come, I'll drop them as well. But yeah, please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. I can't say it enough. And before I let you go, what's the number one rule of Fight Club?
That we do talk about Fight Club.
That's it.
That's it.
Peace.